hi there. It's time for the gooch. The gooch is off the pooch. In this thrilling installment of twitch.tv/arbitrarywater plays vaguely forgotten Wii Japanese RPG, The Last Story. Apologies.
Are you ready? What is this shaking?
Enemies? Is it the Garak?
Prepared to march to war. Although impressed that something as vast as Lazulus Island could move, they were not deterred from their purpose.
Cursed infernal Garak!
It's dangerous here. We have to take the Count somewhere safe.
Zale and the others retreated with the Count, whilst defending themselves against the descending Garak.
They cannot be allowed to damage the cannon. I'll lead. Follow me. My castle. You dare to come here a second time? I'll murder you all!
Protect the Count!
Yes, sir!
What in the name of bloody savages, I tell you!
Count, please stay back.
Drawing aggro.
Caught us totally off guard.
So many of them. They mean business.
sail. Please leave this place to us. Hurry and lead the Count outside.
No, Silver. Silver the Gnome Hog. Is that anything?
What are these things? Coffins?
Sail, be careful. We don't know what these things are capable of.
Hello there. Are you gooching all over the place again?
Hey there. It's real Gucci over here.
Do you think that Sakaguchi totally like embraces that whole internet meme about the gooch?
I bet he does. He seems like... I mean, he apparently plays a shitload of FF14, so...
Oh, there you go. That's good.
I bet he is at least somewhat aware of the memes about him.
Is the cannon all right?
My lord, we don't know. Some of them...
At a certain point, you have to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he said as much, as far as saying, like, Final Fantasy XIV made me want to keep making games. Because I think he originally thought that maybe Fantasian was going to be his last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is it not?
No. You know,
Oh, is he pulling a Miyazaki?
Yeah.
They pulled him back in.
One of those. I think I'm going to retire every single time, and then I don't actually retire. Kind of moves.
Yeah. More or less. How much of that Magic the Gathering? I mean, fuck, man. I think Magic the Gathering is a stain upon mankind. And I'm like, wow. I like the art. These cards have some fun art.
They do have a fun art.
And then you see how much said cards will cost. And you go, absolutely fucking not. What the fuck are you saying? What you think? Buddy, you people, you people out there on the internet castigating me for my poor choices.
If we destroy the walkway...
I don't think playing this game's a poor choice. I feel like you might
I
enjoy
paid
this.
$90 for this game. That's a poor choice.
Cut them off.
I mean, you would have paid way more for it if you tried to buy it now.
How much is it now?
Let's go to eBay.
Or just pricecharting.com.
Okay, price charting.
Have you seen General Astar?
Sir, he went to defend...
Why take such The coffins
The
from
last story.
And DSC copies specifically.
Region. And TSC America.
Okay. I have
looks like
important
the
news.
average
Doom the
price is
Dark
$80
Ages has
basis.
unlocked on Steam, apparently.
Oh, did you get a notification for that? Or
Yeah,
something?
no, the notification just went off.
Listen, I will play it after I finish the main quest in Oblivion,
Yeah.
which will hopefully be pretty soon.
Yeah.
Tomorrow evening soon.
Well, you got to go around and close all of the Oblivion gates for all the different cities.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah. Because those are also the only unique Oblivion gates. Because all the other ones are like one of 6 layouts.
Yeah, they still suck. I hate them.
I'm gonna
They
go
suck.
ahead and block
Yeah.
the reinforcements. Zale, see to
Every
it the
single,
Countess safe.
every single one of them makes me want to kick Todd Howard in the balls.
Okay.
I mean, you could do what I was doing. And I still haven't started the main story quest in Oblivion. I'm almost done with the Mages Guild.
We should leave. I'll assist
I've
you.
done Mages, Dark Brotherhood, Knights of the Nine, and now I'm doing the main quest.
I also never did Knights of the Nine.
Press onwards. The Count
Okay,
and I will
so
find a different route.
The
from
pilgrimage
what I know
stuff.
from what I know of Ultima 4, Knights of the Nine
Protect the general.
seems a lot like a callback to
Take care,
Ultima 4.
Darius.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong about that, but like the whole you need to go on a pilgrimage to get favor from all the gods
And
/
get
gather all the
virtue.
virtues.
Yeah, there's some of that.
Yeah. And then the final armor it looks a lot like the armor from the cover for Quest of the Avatar.
Yeah. That would
Sometimes
not
you just gotta
surprise
get
me.
them virtues. Don't worry about it.
General Astor!
Yeah. And then in the next game
Just
they
hold on.
they
I'll get help
flip
right
all that on
away.
its head.
Don't waste your time.
And all the virtues are
something
twisted into
important.
something evil.
The medal I gave you. It's the key to the castle's secrets. Don't let the Count see it.
General Astor,
Yeah,
please.
Rio.
You mustn't talk.
I don't think it will be hard to get booster packs, but I think everything else
No matter what
is going to be a
happens,
nightmare for that Final Fantasy
you believe in.
and Magic the Gathering set.
I think you can save this island from its cursed fate. But don't. That man. He is dangerous.
I wonder which man he could be talking about.
That man? Who? Who do you mean?
Which man?
As a knight, with Therius together, the path you believe in.
General! General Astor!
Yeah. Yeah, I've Oblivion's still good.
Zale,
It's okay.
doing?
No, it's pretty good. I
Zale, is this your
can't be convinced that this
did
game
you
is
say?
better than
He
Skyrim.
wasn't
though.
expecting you to stab him in the back, was he?
Are you sure?
It's clearly the only logical
Quite
explanation.
certain. As someone who has just played
serious?
65 hours of
Why would I do
Oblivion and
that?
is still
I daren't
playing
even
it.
hazard a guess.
Oh,
I could
I'm sure.
never comprehend the thoughts of a mercenary.
I'll kill you!
At last,
I do have
he shows
thoughts.
his true colors. Take him away.
What are your thoughts?
A lot of what I've already said here before. I think the world is that you run around and explore. It's all rolling green hills, and the remaster does a lot to alleviate that. But on some level, it's still kind of just a boring place to run around in comparison. All the cities, visually they look good. They're I don't think they're more creative than Skyrim's, although they are bigger. But they don't really have much going on in them. There's only like a handful of quests per city. I feel like there's more happening in Skyrim's. All right, let's go close another Oblivion gate.
I'll get
That's
the
another
contract,
thing. Oblivion,
no matter what.
grindy. There's a whole lot of quests in this that are like, yeah, here, go do the same thing you just did. Not that Skyrim lacks that entirely, but there's a lot
Skyrim
more
has all of
repetition
those
here.
Radiant quests.
Yeah, but you never have to do them to
you do
finish any major quests.
Forget about me.
It has them, and you can grind them out if you want to, but
Carried out
it's
his funeral.
way more an
If
optional
only I'd
thing.
got there just a little bit sooner.
Don't blame yourself. Jiral's really got it in for you. He's
I
looking
think
to
the writing in Oblivion is generally better.
Hey,
To give this game
take it
a
easy.
good token. Like, generally the quests are better written here.
Take it easy.
I think the
How am I
music is
supposed to
also
do
better
that?
here.
I'm just wasting.
Dun, 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 dun,
I also
dun,
haven't played
dun,
Shivering
dun.
Isles yet, by the way. Shivering Isles looks very interesting.
I
and
don't. Yeah, I don't remember very much about Shivering Isles at all.
I've
so,
never played it.
I'm looking forward to revisiting that. By the way, our podcast on The Last Story,
When's that coming out?
that's coming out tonight.
Boom. Have you ever had a game that on a podcast you went to bat for and then later on finished or played more of or just had different thoughts about and regretted going to bat for it?
No.
Just who are you? Why do you keep on
There
helping me?
have been very few time. I'll say that I think oh, who could that be? Oh, it's Milady.
So apparently a copy of The Last Story that doesn't have the disc, which so it's just like
The
yo,
box?
guess what, you get everything but the disc, is
No,
$90.
it's fine.
$90 for well, not complete in box, just a loose
I
copy.
completely ignored what you told me.
No.
That's a fact.
For what would be a loose copy,
No,
except
it was me
it's
that was
not a
involved.
disc, it's
So it's
just
just the
everything
box
I spoke
It's
to
the box and the
general.
manual
He told
for
me
$90.
kinds of things.
Okay.
for $90.
What's a what does a CIB copy cost now?
And how hard
It looks like
he
around
worked to become a true
$140.
knight.
That's right. 50.
Thanks to him,
My purchase is appreciated in value 50%.
Aha!
and yet,
Haha.
because of me,
That's
Take
more
that,
than the rate of
government.
inflation.
he... General Astar was investigating.
Invest in The
castle's
Last Story
secret.
now.
Yep.
Someone discovered that.
Don't actually do that.
Do
so they
do
had him
not
killed.
do not speculatively invest in retro games because I need to buy them.
The true nature of the outsider. Apparently,
I need that bubble
the
to
general
pop.
suspected that it might somehow be connected to the death of the land.
The outsider's true nature.
I don't know. I'm just gonna
The general said this was the
continue
key
to do
to the castle
what I've been
secrets.
doing
Yeah.
with
What have you
retro
been doing?
games.
Oblivion. Yeah, but what if you had a retro tink?
This emblem.
Retro games like
I've
The
seen it
Last
before.
Story.
It is a
one of
retro
those
game. It
ancient
came out
texts that Marania
same
and the
year as
general were
it
studying
came out
together.
the same year as Skyrim.
Right. So
Beloved
Marania
retro
already knows
game.
something then.
Let's look for her.
I mean, Skyrim is as old now as Wait was when Skyrim came out.
It popped for NES era because those guys are all dead. That's Jeff Gerstmann is very alive.
The identity of General Astar's assassin remained a mystery. Was he somehow connected
Yeah,
to the
he is,
secrets
he
harbored
continues to
within
be a threat.
He
Lazarus
is
Castle?
he
Freed
has
from incarceration by
played
Callisto,
more than
Zayn
half
could
of
at
the
last begin his investigation.
NES games released in North America.
Yeah, I think it's very funny he selected a console that has like that many games on it to start with. I would have started with something a little bit smaller, but sure.
Oh, good. Are we gonna get a
What
little?
is he doing? Is
Every NES game.
is he doing a Borgmaster thing where he just plays every NES game?
He's not doing it in order though.
Here we are, running away from soldiers again. But this time we're
Is
in the
he
castle. I'll show
is
you
he
which way to
purchasing
go.
all these games?
Follow me.
Hell no.
Great. Thanks.
Because some of these are not.
No,
gonna-
he has. I mean, he has a
There are
Mister.
more
probably
guards than you.
owns. He probably owns
Security
a
is
lot
higher
of them
than
already,
ever since
but
the general was.
I believe in Gerstmann's case, he's said as much as far as
So we can find out the truth.
First, let's find Marania. Let's try the library.
Yes, you're right.
He sold a
hope
lot
she's
of his
there.
NES games and Genesis games.
So you think? I would think that for someone like Jeff Gerstmann isn't like huge in streaming space the same way some others are, but he's definitely a well-known name. I would think for someone as well-known as him, Nintendo would pay more attention to
Nintendo don't give a fuck.
where he's sourcing his games.
Yeah, Nintendo doesn't care.
Nintendo wants to stop casual pirates, but
Also, I doubt like Nintendo gives him free review copies or anything like that.
also, yeah, listen, they're all in Nintendo jail now.
Yeah.
All of them.
Well, that's just the thing. Does Nintendo even bother to do shit like that anymore? Like,
I mean,
they
they've
just say,
shut
"Whatever,
down several
They will
notable.
go for the source. They will go for the source. I don't think they'll
Yeah.
go for the average Joe just streaming stuff, which is sort of the rule that like people going after music piracy went.
Yeah, no, they go after the sites.
Oh, they was like, I guess music
No
pirates, movie pirates will
One of
still
the
send
guards should
you.
have the
I mean, if you pirate a movie, you'll still get an email from your ISP going, "Hey, stop that shit."
Yeah, I mean, those are apparently just scare tactics.
Here.
I'd still, I don't know.
Nothing here.
I can't afford to go to court over free movies, so
Why
not?
Nothing here.
you need to.
Oh,
it sure would be nice if there were some mechanism in place that would make watching movies as easy as pirating them
Yeah.
without feeling like I'm throwing money into a giant hole.
Well, maybe
Maybe if I
they
could,
should.
like,
Unfortunately,
own
you
a
are throwing
copy
money
or
into a
something.
giant
Time
hole.
was above his ale.
I'm out of sleep
You're
darts.
huh?
Yeah, I want to spend money on PS2 Hobbyist Ventures.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a lot of value in collecting Super Nintendo stuff, because all of the Super Nintendo games I want to play
Who's that?
are on...
You've already played?
I've already played them, or they're on, like, Nintendo Switch Online.
They're after you, right? Over here, quickly.
Yeah.
If I want to play the Super Metroid, it's right there.
I heard something. Did you hear it?
Like, that era of games has, like, a lot of the big ones have been re-released or remastered or shoved somewhere else.
Right. It looks like the coast is
Yeah,
clear.
but where are you gonna play all your favorite Quintet games?
On
I want you to
Z
take some
SNES.
Wait, I thought Z-SNES was the one you don't want to download anymore.
You're right, it's SNES 9X.
General
I thought
Astor
B
gave-
SNES was the good one.
There's
Yeah,
more
B
to it.
SNES is the
He said it was the key
really
to the
accurate
puzzle
one.
secrets.
Okay.
Which one am I using? I'm using SNES 9X
So the general had
for all of my legally backed up ROMs
do with it?
Mhm.
I'm not
that I
entirely
backed
sure.
up from cartridges that I
Some of
own.
the texts have magical seals in them that I still can't break.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But I
That's
do
exactly
have a
how I
feeling.
did it.
but you see,
I actually own
Yeah.
a decent chunk of SNES cartridges,
Deep
but
within the
not all
bowels
of the
of the
ones I
castle.
want, so...
And no
Also, I
doubt
stopped
the
buying them
secrets
because,
in
yeah, it's an expensive hobby.
there. Perhaps the secrets of the
I just need to be
past.
independently wealthy.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Which is
it's
great
a
because
time
I
to leave the tavern. It isn't safe here.
I'm probably gonna need to either drop out of
Keeping us
school
overconfident,
or
Zale
retake
and the
classes.
others headed back to the tavern.
Ugh.
However, the castle's search
Sorry to hear that.
extended well
Yeah.
into the city. It was only a matter of time before the soldiers would reach them.
What the... Zale! Callista!
Save the reunion for later. Guards will be here soon. Hide yourselves.
All right, boys.
Hello. What are you all doing here?
What's it look like, mate? We're having a booze up, innit? Join us!
Oh, we're on duty. Thanks, though.
Come on.
Are you saying we ain't good enough to drink with? Hey!
Run! She-devil!
All
This
safe
game's
now.
good.
So, what the hell's going on?
But yeah, also
It's like looking after
the
a
thing with
bunch of
carts is that
misbehaving kids.
a lot of those carts don't work so well anymore,
I'm the one who got
or
hit.
have
Yeah,
dead
that's the other
batteries.
I mean, you can replace the batteries.
And you.
You can.
Well,
Yes,
we
you
can't
can.
hide him here forever.
Things are getting hairy. Why don't we just leg it?
The hell with that. People are finally giving us some recognition.
Well, yeah. But I'm getting proper fed up with the goons in that castle. One minute, they're falling over themselves to get in Zale's good books, and the next, they can't stand the sight of him. And they're all so damn stiff. It's just not me, Dagran.
What do the rest of you think?
I don't mind. I could go either way, to be honest.
I just can't leave now. Not like this.
Why not? We can even take Callista with us.
I have to find out who murdered General Astar. I can't leave that be. And I need to know about what this power is, what the outsider is.
That's what the General and I were trying to find out.
Oh? So that's why you had your nose in the books all the time.
Fine, I'll stay. But what clues do we have?
The real killer must be Joral. He's been consumed with envy towards Zale, and Astar must have been in his way too.
Joral, eh? Makes sense.
You mind telling us how you're going to prove that?
We need evidence. Concrete, indisputable evidence.
How are we going to find that? This is Joral we're talking about.
As obvious as it sounds. Let's start in his room.
I've pulled a few strings to make sure we can get you out if you're captured again. But don't get carried away, yeah? Favors from noble women don't come cheap.
We're heading to the castle. You ready?
I was worried we might have a brawl on our hands for a moment there. Though I suppose Dagran would always pay for any damages.
All right, I have a question for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
If you had let's say independently wealthy money, what console would you
The ladies' man
collect
strikes
for?
again. Relax.
Go for a full
No matter how
collection
many
of?
soldiers
Yeah.
show up here, we'll be
Or a
able to-
near full collection
Callista will
of?
be just...
General Astar told you that this medal... It does seem to appear quite a... Give me a little more time
I mean, if I was independently wealthy, the question wouldn't be which console. The question would be which console first.
I don't know.
I mean,
Let's
Super
say
Nintendo would
dentist money.
Yeah, well, I mean, see, if I'm a dentist, I don't have time to play all of them, so
I don't know, dude. Dentists get away with a lot. Listen, the oral surgeon I knew growing up, did not have to work very hard. For most days of the week. You're right. I mean, a complete Wii U collection would be one of the cheaper ones you could get.
We're heading to the castle. You ready?
Yeah, Wii U. I was gonna say Super Nintendo because it's probably the smallest collection for which I want everything.
Yeah.
If I'm going for a full collection, that's probably gonna be harder, but...
Because, yeah, a collection of where I want and everything is just me spending too much money on, you know, I got to get the trifecta, right? I gotta get all of the FromSoft games, and I gotta get the survival horror trifecta. That costs way too much money. Gotta get Haunting Ground, Kuon, and Rule of Rose for, you know, $900 each. I think that would work out really well. It's that or pay for my kids' college tuition. It's one or the other.
Meow meow.
Meow meow. Look, there's a cat right there.
Brayden's playing a good video.
Yeah. That episode of our podcast is coming up. Oh yeah, the PSX would be good. Chris, we're talking about if you had, let's say, dentist money.
Mm-hmm.
What console collection would you go for?
Oh, it's definitely the PS1.
PS1.
Yeah, absolutely the PS1.
For me, I think I might do PS2.
You know what? I'm gonna be a weirdo. You know what I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go with Super Famicom and but specifically it has to be Japanese. It has to be Japanese Super Famicom games. Yeah.
I mean,
And
you could find half of those in a Super Potato.
I'm gonna get into NEC consoles too.
Or I could become an eccentric and be like, I own all 8 Hyper Neo Geo 64 games.
Yeah. What if you got? Well, I mean, like you don't. You need dentist money. You've always needed dentist money if you wanted to get into
the Neo Geo.
Neo Geo shit.
Neo Geo.
Yeah.
You've always needed dentist money. But no, yeah, it would either be Super Famicom, but specifically just the specific Super Famicom games.
Yeah.
Or I would get into the PC Engine.
Anyway, now I have invisible color, so I can die.
I will get into PCFX bullshit if you give me money. I can. I will.
What if you're going to go for a Japanese thing? Why not go for a Sharp X68000 collection?
I think that if you're gonna go for like that 32-bit home video game console, but specifically the Japanese computer ones, it's got to be the PCFX because it's just so much more inside baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe even a Playdia if I really fucking hate myself.
What about an original Xbox collection? How would you feel about one of those?
I know a guy who would. His name is Jeff Rude.
Or is it just that most of those games are on PC and better there?
I caught a frog.
Well, look, I mean, sorry. Look, the whole point is we're talking about game hardware that's on native hardware. That's like a money sink. So that applies to everything. Like even like ancient Japanese stuff. Like you can find DOS ports of a lot of like home console stuff, because especially for like TurboGrafx and like PC Engine stuff, most of those games came out on DOS based computers.
Yeah.
It's kind of always the case.
Are there any side quests I want to do, or should I just mainline the story? I'm just gonna mainline the story.
You reached that point? I mean, it's not even you've reached that point. We have recorded the podcast.
We've recorded the podcast. I like this game a lot.
It would be interesting, like, so I've finished games after recording podcasts of games. I think the most well-known example was Panzer Dragoon. I think the end of that game made my overall opinion of it better, but I'm not going to say so much so to where I want to re-rank things after finishing the game. And then the same for like Legend of Dragoon. Like I clearly kept going. Should I have? Did
Probably
my
not.
opinion of it change? I feel good with how it's ranked.
I might almost say that we should have ranked Panzer Dragoon in the top 3. Depending on how I feel any given day of the week. Because, you know, listen, I like Suikoden a lot. I think that game's height and prominence... First off, Jeff. That was Jeff.
We're heading to the castle.
And also, it was like our first year.
Yeah. It's too late, though.
It's too late, and I refuse to do re-ranks.
Unless you feel like there's something that we really heinously.
I don't feel... Borgmaster's not here to tell us we underrated...
That's a filler episode, though, is Borgmaster. Look at the list and change it however you see fit.
Yeah.
And then we don't actually officialize or codify.
Yeah, and then we don't legitimize any of his choices.
He just gets an opportunity to say his piece if he had been with us at the start.
We can't afford to get caught.
I wish I'd asked Callista if I could borrow some of those sleep arrows.
Jiral's room is upstairs. Let's not rush this. No matter how well guarded it seems, you'll find...
Who goes there? Must be hearing things.
Faux stealth. I love faux stealth.
It's better than real stealth.
No, because real stealth is Thief the Dark Project. Ever hear about that game?
This game is better than... He's saying this game is better than Thief the Dark Project?
Yeah, Yatsu.
Yes.
Wow.
Dude, that's just abjectly wrong. He's just...
Sir.
We can
Sir.
Yeah, but I don't care.
Zale, wait. The Count's room has more guards than anywhere else.
No surprise there.
Just wait here. Good evening, gentlemen. Listen, something urgent's come up.
Oh, boy, dude.
Dagran!
So,
how did you manage that?
On a completely different topic here. I was talking to my brother about Elder Scrolls games earlier, since we've both been playing a bunch of them. What do you think of the idea of an Elder Scrolls game that just completely drops RPG trappings altogether And like everything is some kind of like health upgrades or whatever, or like something hidden in a dungeon or a reward for a quest.
So you want Lightning Returns style progression.
Lightning Returns, Valkyria Chronicles progression.
I can't fucking believe you wound up bringing Lightning Returns.
It's that's that system. It's
That's
like a
lightning,
aligned system to level
All
up
games
your
are Lightning
characters.
Returns.
The progression in Lightning, or the secret is, Justin, that's Stalker. That's the other thing.
Sure.
Is if you want to make it like gear based progression
rather than like
than
up.
stats or levels.
It'll be empty at this time of day. Find some proof. Zale, you look over there.
Not necessarily gear based, but like you can still get permanent upgrades and such, but it's not like you earn enough XP and then you put a point into something.
Business dealings.
Yeah, again, that's kind of similar to Stalker, because there are quests that upon completion you like unlock things that are like buffs, right, Brayden?
I'll accept full responsibility.
But do you think this would work well in an Elder Scrolls game?
No, not at all.
Sword emblem.
No.
It's Lord
Okay.
Geralt's.
Because I think that they're like the whole thing about Elder Scrolls is the 3 triages.
Oh shit! Look at this memo.
The 3 build types, which is thief, mage, fighter. And if you want to be fighter, mage, thief, which you kind of always are in Elder Scrolls games, which is I guess that's the thing. Elder Scroll asks you, what if we just start off with you as a fighter mage thief, and if you want to actually put in the work to specialize in one of those things, fine, but everyone starts out as fighter mage thief.
Excellent work,
Okay. Or just a bad fighter, a bad mage, and a bad thief rolled into one, and you just, or at least a mediocre one all rolled into one, and then you turn into a godly one in like 4 hours.
Zale was cleared of suspicion, and Giral was thrown into.
And then also, like, even in Starfield, you can tell that they still kind of like the old school fucking RPG approach to certain parts to the formula. Like, they're not giving up on that.
Yeah. I mean, Starfield is still you have to RPG your way through the first bit of that game because you don't get enough perk points to actually.
The mechanical part of Starfield is not the part of that game. I think they messed up.
They got that right. I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like the mechanical stuff is not the bad part. It's the fact that the story is a nothing burger for so long.
There we go. Man, there are a lot of color options that I never found, huh? Oh, there we go. There you go, ladies.
No, 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 no.
Just what if he just went shirtless for the rest of this thing?
Yeah. We're not gonna do that. Because I like my Zale to have drip. And I like what I've done with this khaki color scheme. Also, yes, Breath of the Wild.
So, you are. Did you believe in me? General Astar would never have placed his hopes on an underhanded coward. However, I also find it difficult to believe that Geralt
Tell me about
is
your
the true
breath.
culprit.
How wild is
Is it wild?
Yes.
Ambush or not, I cannot imagine the likes of Geralt taking the General's life so easily.
Then you think Giral was framed by somebody as well?
In the world of nobility, deceit and betrayal are commonplace. To uncover the truth is seldom a simple task. But this time, I will do so. That I swear to you. However, it is not wise to make any rash moves. We are dealing with a man who was able to slaughter the general in a single blow.
I wonder who it could have been.
Do better to keep our actions covert. I will use what
Could it be the guy who
gather all
keeps
the information
doing shady things?
Is there anything I can do?
Trust nobody but your closest allies, and tell those allies to do the same. It will benefit nobody but our enemy to have them standing around carelessly in the grate.
I have also been goofing around with Morrowind. And OpenMW because of that new release of Tamriel Rebuilt that I haven't touched. But I did install it in case I wanted to go to the mainland. And, you know... There's something respectable about how Morrowind's just like, you just gotta walk everywhere and it's fucking slow as shit because this is an original Xbox sized game from 2002 and we need you...
I mean, in that game, you can at some point get powerful enough to run fast in Morrowind.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So it's not necessarily, I don't think it's necessarily an Xbox limitation.
We should get out of this job before it's too late.
It was more of a world. It seems like it was more of a world size limitation.
Yeah.
Like if they just let you run at max speed, you'll get to the other side of the world in like a minute and a half.
Mm-hmm.
I got a right.
It's also why all the fog is there.
What are we?
Something the matter?
That would be good.
Tell me what happened.
Well, I should.
Well, it's fog. There's fog because it's foggy. What are you saying?
Okay.
There's
You can
fog
get there
because
from
it's
the-
2002 and you can't enter that much in 3D.
No. Yeah, so I made a naked lizard man. And I picked the steed birth sign so that the sprint speed wouldn't be interminably slow. And I probably should have gone for mage so I could cast more than like 3 spells before having to rest.
Here's the thing, like, in those Elder Scroll games that have racial differences between most of them,
yeah,
Argonians kind of have always been bad.
Yeah, but
Unless
it's
you
not
really
it's not
want to
about
be able to breathe
optimization
in water.
Sure.
These games have never been about, as Braden was saying, optimization. They're not difficult enough. It's like these mechanics are more about what kind of you play a role, pick a lane.
I want to be a naked swamp lizard who skulks around and pokes people with a spear.
Yeah.
See, that was always kind of like the cool thing about Oblivion, which is if you decide to level up your character poorly, we will fucking kill you and you will be miserable for the rest of the game.
But you don't need to worry about that anymore.
Thankfully they fixed that in the remaster.
Yeah. Also,
No,
I don't know.
I'm not actually gonna die.
I always felt like that was overblown, and you really had to try to fuck yourself over.
You could fuck yourself out of being the most powerful, but at some point in this game, you are powerful enough that it does not matter.
You literally only
got
need.
to a point where
feeling about this.
I got to a point where nothing could kill me.
Yeah.
30 hours ago.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
What's wrong? Weren't all the reptids exterminated from this area?
Well,
but
actually, when we started moving.
The thing about Oblivion that's annoyed me the most is actually the enchanted weapons. you get so few uses that they suck.
I'll make sure they're all right.
Only when you're fighting the highest level enemies, they take so many hits with an unenchanted weapon.
Yeah.
You kind of just have to keep feeding them soul gems, and it's very annoying.
It's fine. Just get
just mod it out. Yeah.
Just mod it out, or you have Umbra.
So we're headed to the valley in the north.
Isn't that the Shivering Isles thing?
No, Umbra you could get almost
Umbra?
immediately.
Yeah.
You can get
What's
Umbra
Umbra?
almost immediately. It has
Where is
Soul
that?
Trap built in. It's in a ruin. Alien ruin.
Oh.
Bloody hell, we're back here, Zale. I'm so cold.
And it's technically part of the Clavicus Vial Daedra quest.
Please.
So Umbra is the it looks like the ivory armor in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Or ebony armor in Skyrim.
You what? Oops.
You have to do that. Yeah, I think it's Clavicus Vial. You have to kill this person. Weird thing
Who is possessed
killing
by
Umbra.
Yeah.
Killing Umbra counts as a murder, so if you aren't careful, it is a very common way to trigger the Dark Brotherhood.
So my hot tip with Umbra
alignment good
is you can get Umbra as early as level 1.
This is where it all started. We've come a long way.
By-
And then you just have a set of ebony armor that is like plus
Especially
2 or
Zale.
3
They don't call
versus
in
compared
this
to other
Ethan
ebony
Lazarus
armor.
Island for nothing.
Hey, I've not changed.
Well,
I'm still here
I have
with you
good news,
guys, and I'm
Brayden.
not
I'm
about to
level
leave.
35.
Yeah.
And then there's Umbra in
Umbra is also in
Check it out.
Morrowind.
In
He's
Morrowind.
an orc, right? That
Yeah.
wears samurai armor.
yeah, and then
Right.
I mean-
and then there's the ebony
Yeah.
warrior in Skyrim who wears the same exact armor except different.
but yeah, I associate late game Oblivion with just using Daedric weapons, like the Daedric artifacts.
Look at that view.
Yeah, I mean, I have Azura's Star.
But
I
do you have
gave up
Goldbrand?
Kirstein's- No, which one's that?
That is
I've done some side quests, but I haven't really done the Daedric side quests yet, except for Azura's Star, because
yeah, but don't give Azura Star to Martin.
What are Reptids doing there?
Oh, I didn't. I gave Kirstein's
Yeah,
Zale,
like,
there are
bow.
holes on the other side
Martin.
too.
Yeah.
Let's split up.
Okay.
No, he gives you like a piece
A
of
stag
hide armor
helm.
that. Yeah, he gives you a piece of hide armor that resists magic by like 20%, but I found the mundane ring already, so
Zale, there
which
are holes
resists
on the other
magic by
side
50%.
too. Let's
It
split
doesn't,
up.
so like that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll do Clavicus Vials thing real quick and see how I feel about Umbra. I've been using Chillrend for most of the later parts of the game, which I got the highest level version of.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can get down here.
Yikes. Don't want to stay here long. We won't stand a chance if we fall.
It's dying.
It's just like one of those things where there's like weird grit to Skyrim, not Skyrim, Oblivion. There's definitely grit in fucking
Nasty
Morrowind.
places to fight.
There's what do you mean grit?
Concentrate, we don't want to fall.
See,
Because when you say grit, do not think of Oblivion. This game has been goofy as hell the entire time.
In
Not
terms of
narrative
People in
grit.
trouble.
in
and I
terms
have
of
to
grit,
save them. Here.
I think
Quite a
of
few holes. We should split up.
Isn't that dangerous?
The holes are so close together. I don't think we'll be scattered too far.
Shall we
I
go?
think of like just
Wizards and
weird
warriors.
grognardy mechanics.
Yeah.
Like there's still a hint of like system driven.
Yeah. System driven, character driven, class driven.
Like if you want to enchant a piece of armor with an enchantment that is that disintegrates your weapon, you can do that. And then if you if you want to be real weird, you can then enchant said weapon. You can then give that armor to someone else by reverse pocketing it, or putting it in, like, their chest.
Kill them.
And then they will put that armor on. And this is something that I remembered from I forgot about when Morrowind, but if you sell armor to a merchant, they will put on that armor if it is better than what they have on.
But like Dagger says, in battle.
No, Rio, did you get Oblivion to work better with your current setup? Because I remember you saying that it was not doing so hot. I mean, let's not joke around. As much as I think that this remaster is a cool thing, this thing has had some...
It's definitely crashed more than a couple times.
It's crashed a few times, but it's not the crashes I'm concerned about. I expected crashes. The fucking performance is garbage. It is awful.
It gets real gnarly outdoors.
Yeah, like, I have a fairly beefy PC, and I still cannot get this thing to perform in a way that I'm happy with. So... It's a serious problem, and Digital Foundry has gone so far as to say we don't recommend buying this at all until Bethesda and or Virtuous have patched it up. And I'm not entirely against their standing on that.
It has never gone.
I'm not either.
It just dips into the 30s sometimes when it's raining.
It's not the dips, it's the stuttering.
That's just Unreal Engine 5, baby.
Unreal Engine plus Bethesda is like yes. Like I'm not saying that is not a valid stance to have.
But also it's Digital Foundry.
It's Digital Foundry working in what I think is a bit too much of their absolutist stances with that sort of technical perspective. And then also
Digital Foundry being like, this PC port is unplayable. I'm
also gonna say I
You have my word.
It's a Bethesda PC release. I'm sorry, guys. I've reached that point in my life where I know what that is.
Told you we'd
I mean, Starfield was better than this.
Yeah. Tell me.
But also, Starfield still hasn't gone to $20 or less, so I'm not gonna play it again. Raves, twitch.tv/arbitrarywater. Everyone has unique armor. Maybe. Alright, now you have Zale's armor. How do you like that? Yeah, but...
Can you pickpocket Umbra off of this woman who's supposedly possessed by it?
No, you have to kill her. So what you do as a low-level character, since she is a much higher level than you, is if you're fast enough, you can just run all the way back to the Imperial City, and she'll chase you all the way. And then you find a place to hide while she gets killed by the guards.
Yeah, that's not happening.
That's what I did when I played this game 15, 16, 17 years ago.
19 years ago?
Yeah. Love me some instant kill.
When I finish the main quest of this, I think I mentioned this. I played Doom Pages.
Have you met Terrence Stamp yet?
I mean, I could have, but instead of infiltrating the cave where all the Mythic Dawn are, I was like, "Fuck you! I'm gonna kill everyone," and he just ran into his portal without talking to me.
I'll say this: like the weird thing about Doom: The Dark Ages is like I feel like I've gone through this roller coaster of thinking, "Man, this looks slow. Man, this looks great. Man, this looks slow. Man, this looks great." And it's like at the end of the day, I'm just gonna play this fucking game.
It also seems like
side of the opinion.
It might not be a terrible idea to turn up the speed if you find it too slow, because there are a bunch of accessibility.
That was Marania.
But yeah, it seems like it's probably a good game.
Yeah.
No, I'll protect Marania. Back me up.
I mean, it's unlocked on Steam right now. I could be playing it right now.
Sea reptiles, that's all we... What's wrong, though? They're weak against magic, but they'll just absorb.
Then we'll go with Marania's magic.
Good plan. Just give me some orders. Knocking them in the water, will you?
It spat at me. Oh, it stuck to me.
Ew! What is this sticky stuff?
I think we rated this game appropriately high. And sure, some of that is, let's say, the quality of video games we play for this podcast.
Are you trying to suggest that you've played games that aren't the best?
I'm saying that we've played games that aren't the best.
I don't know, but you've played games like,
I mean, we also played Parasite Eve recently, which I made a joke about in the podcast description about, like, wait, these chucklefucks played a good game for once?
I mean, you have played good games. I just feel like you haven't played a good game yet. Aside from
aside from Parasite Eve. Well, I have bad news. Because once Christopher is done with Type Zero,
Dragon Song?
he's gonna be the one who gets to stream Dragon Song. Because I ain't streaming that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even want to play that. I don't want to play that game at all. It's bad.
Marania, you're safe and sound.
We got to though.
Oh, thank you, Zale. I didn't think that they would surround
Yeah,
me
fair
quite
enough.
so quickly.
For the hashtag content.
I do think it's funny that the first Lunar game you're playing is Lunar Dragon Song.
How long is Lunar Dragon Song?
Thank you very much for helping me.
Too long.
I want to know what the sample size on How Long to Beat is.
I know this is a problem with How Long to Beat, but like 20 hours with main, 33 hours if I'm a completionist, all styles 23 hours. So south of sample size is 13.
You know what? Higher than I thought.
No.
I just use How Long to Beat as a general ballpark.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
Sure.
I usually always go over unless it's an adventure game. I'm always under.
They're always getting into
Unless
trouble.
it's like
Good
some real
timing, Zale.
bullshit.
You're always late, you.
I remember looking up How Long to Beat for an adventure game. I forget which one it is. Either Chin
You aren't calling all of us idiots. Right, Zale?
something else. It's like 4 hours, and it's like, I'm done in 90 minutes. What the fuck? So, the way that we
I
talk
don't
about
know.
How Long to Beat is
I'll say
like
this,
wildly on RPGs.
a shocking number of people on the internet have been like, the first route of 100 line takes 30 hours, and I don't think it's that high.
Fair.
But you've had a good time.
No, I've had a great time.
Oh, okay, you're gonna go that far? Is it already GOTY caliber for you?
I mean, given what else I've played from this year, yes, but also yes.
Okay. Yeah.
What am I gonna do? Give Oblivion Game of the Year?
No, I mean, as much as I like that game, it's a
It's still that game. the enhancements they have made to that game make it a lot more playable without needing to do like weird. Yeah. Okay. Desmume has a fast forward button. You're being told, but that would require Chris Zombie Pie Redacted to use the fast forward button, which he hates. Except now you're finally using Final Fantasy Type 0 broke you and made you use turbo.
It is unfucking playable without turbo.
Yeah, of course, given the game I'm playing after this is Sonic and the Secret Rings, maybe.
Yeah, let's play that with turbo turned on.
It already does, buddy. Because I gotta go fast.
Anyway.
Make believe reborn.
I just have Bravel and Leowen to go. Then I'll be done with closing the Oblivion gates.
Oh my
The secret
God.
is you don't even need to do that.
I know, but
What if you did?
It.
But if you do it, you get way more guards during the big gate fight.
I don't really need them.
You don't need them.
I definitely don't need them in my level.
But it's fun.
Sure. I'll probably just sit back and let them all die and then mop up the rest of the bad guys.
So,
yeah, I like...
Go ahead.
No, Cliff Blazinski is on social media again, trying to reframe the dialogue associated with his video game career. He just said, 7 years ago today, Boss Key shut down, broke my heart and messed me up for a year. Didn't help that my Aussie Teddy was in rapid decline, and the internet thought it was all hilarious. So hard not to be jaded as fuck, my friends.
He keeps doing it. He keeps going, I'm not mad about lawbreakers, you're mad.
And then, like, one of the things is, hey, Cliff, I was one of your employees, and you still haven't paid my severance.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's the thing. Is like, he notoriously didn't pay up.
Yeah.
When things went bad.
When Boss Key went under. The other thing... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, here's the thing: if Deep Listens
How did you do?
ever gets much bigger, do yourselves a favor. Don't push shit on social media.
I see. There should be one more, if I heard right.
Except
Stay
what
on
you
your
need
toes.
to promote stuff.
Well, yeah. I mean, once
You don't sound like you want to see.
I make a joke in the podcast that is going up in a few hours about how the way to get clout on Blue Sky is to post increasingly zealous and purist takes about leftism and or post furry porn.
The thing about, well, it's not just the pornography. Is like the thing that I've realized about B-Sky is
the performativity.
It's not the performativity. Literally the entire indie game scene is there. So you just see like random people are like, here's my prototype. And it's like, that's the coolest part of Blue Sky is like just indie developers that are just giving you everything. Like trailers, prototypes, things that you probably should just post on GitHub. Like there's so much stuff and it's kind of cool. That part's cool.
Here goes! Yeah.
But yeah, Blue Sky's good if you're an artist or a developer.
Yeah, no, I've sincerely thought about making a Blue Sky and breaking my no social media rule. Because what if I aggressively pimped myself in exchange for a handful of dollars? What if I sold myself for content?
I think you're allowed to do that.
The problem is I'm not... Yeah. Make a sports-focused Twitter clone to get DraftKings to fund your ads. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. I don't know if you guys know this, but legal gambling, very hot these days.
Sure.
I can sense more enemies. What do we do? Right, let's finish up again.
So, I guess this is where they're coming in from.
Oh, this is the fight he was complaining about. Yeah, the problem is Brayden thinks Russia invading Ukraine was bad.
What?
That's why I would never get clout on Blue Sky.
No.
That's the joke.
Ah, okay.
It's full of tankies.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The preeminent form of Blue Sky content I see is just people dunking on...
I don't want to be squished.
people dunking on Twitter. Is people going from one hell site to write about how the other hell site is still around.
So I still use the hell site.
I know. And
because there are people who still have not deplatformed there that I kind of need to see how they're doing. But also, the other thing is even though I think that alternatives are cropping up, the get your customer service on Twitter pipeline still exists. That part I don't. That part I definitely.
The ceiling's collapsing.
I don't want to be squished.
These tentacles will taste good flat.
Zell, get in there with a vertical slice. Take this.
oh yeah!
That's the spirit, Zale.
What funny thing did you see on the internet, sweetie? Okay.
Run, the ceiling's collapsing.
I don't want to be squished.
These tentacles will taste good flat.
Zell, get in there with a vertical slice.
Oh yeah. That's that good frame rate. See, where's my Digital Foundry breakdown on this, huh?
That's somewhere.
The last story really takes advantage of the Wii's power.
Run, the ceiling's collapsing.
Okay, last fucking Oblivion game. Is it the next quest? Go meet Terrence Sam, and then
You basically take down Mankar Cameron, and then you.
Okay, so kill the Prophet of Truth, and then go let Martin do the rest of the fighting while you fight minions.
Borgmaster was. Are you telling me Borgmaster whined about a thing that wasn't that hard?
Pity we couldn't save everyone.
Oh, surprise.
He's your co-host. You need to be nicer about
I
it.
can't believe a pro gamer like Borgmaster would do such a thing.
The worst cargo cults from Tumblr.
God, you should use that the next time you're on a podcast with him. Is use the cargo cult metaphor. That's actually good. That would piss him the fuck off so much.
I still think
Come on, guys.
my best use of the phrase cargo cult is when I described Countdown Vampires as cargo cult Resident Evil.
So ended the skirmish in the sea cave.
Yeah. That game's a
As
fucking...
the rush of battle left them, Zale and the others...
I need to dust this Wii U.
Is it making loud sounds?
No,
Is the fan whirring?
I'm smelling the scent of burnt dust. So I think it might need to get a little bit of compressed air in there. Alright, well, I did that side quest. That I'm pretty sure was a side quest.
The main character just seems miserable all the time. Is there a reason for that?
I mean, he's dealing with a lot. He's kind of a goober. Who ended up in the position he's in because he lucked out and got the power of the outsider.
So, imposter syndrome.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that with him. But I also think, yeah, he's kind of a goober. He means well. But yeah, if I were to do a blue sky, I would just use it to pimp all of my stuff, and very intentionally not try to engage in any hashtag discourse.
Is there any jewel in the world that is beautiful enough to see?
Because
We should get out of
I
this
feel
job
like
before
the
it's too late.
I know people are dunking on it a lot because they should. But that reset era thread where it's like, are people into Claire Obscure because it does JRPG gameplay without the anime aesthetic?
That was Zombie Vice.
No, Zombie Vice took it from Reset Era.
Oh, okay. But
they literally
also,
made an article off
can
of
Can we talk about Zombie Vice?
No.
Please?
Yeah. Yes.
It's so bad.
Zombie Waypoint is such a weird thing.
Their giant bomb article is
yeah, it was like, but what about AIDS?
maybe the worst thing I've ever read.
Until we
this
return
year.
from this campaign
This year.
But for like a
From
professional,
publication. From
a quote-unquote
publication,
professional
it was-
publication, it was pathetic. Yes.
I make no promises yet.
Like,
marrying Callista in Geralt's place.
Okay, we're.
I didn't mean
You
to
should
imply.
support Giant Bomb. It's so cool to see a new publication go independent. Why are you guys bullying me? It's like, fuck.
Congratulations, you made it about yourself.
As long as you
Yeah.
perform admirably,
Like, that's the thing. Like,
battle against the Gorak.
You know, the sad thing is, I
Like,
kind
you
of
just-
like, I agree with him in a sense that, like, yeah, you know what, leave Zombie Waypoint alone. They're just doing work to get, put food on the table. But also, why did you make it about you? That's fucking stupid.
Well, apparently that's the reason why people keep making it about them. With the response to their articles, is they
keep doing that.
They keep doing that, or
Yeah, they should stop
as Braden
doing
has
that.
pointed out, like a lot of their op-eds are literally pulled from like hot topic
Reset Era threads that the
Reset
person
Era or
who
Reddits
the author read.
that they read and then they just ran with that.
Yeah.
And in some cases, they clearly didn't play the video game in question. They're just running with a concept.
My actual problem with most of the writers on Zombie Waypoint is that they're bad at writing.
I wouldn't know. I don't bother reading Zombie Waypoint.
Every time I've checked them out, and listen, motherfuckers, I have been writing bullshit about video games on the internet.
You've made your case very clear, which is if someone were to pay you enough, you would sell out.
If someone were to pay me, I would sell the fuck out.
I don't think you would. I think that you need to give yourself a little bit more credit than that.
Zale, About what happened to the general.
Like, okay, let me ask you this. If Austin Walker actively said, hey, and I know you got to put food on the table, but please don't do this, I think you would listen to
if Austin Walker, yes. I want to be clear here.
I mean,
when I mean sell out, I mean sell out for actual money.
Yeah.
Not freelancer pay.
I guess that's the thing is, like, that guy can't possibly be making more than freelancer money, right?
I was thinking the same thing.
I guarantee you he's probably... Okay. Look up what the starting wage for an IGN associate editor is. I guarantee you it's around there, what he's making.
That should have nothing to do with Jarrell. If Jarrell was involved in such things, the Count would not have allowed him to take the blame. I fear the Count himself may be involved.
You could be right.
And keep in mind, what an associate editor makes at IGN, not that good.
We have to be absolutely sure before we make our move.
71,000 per year. That's terrible. Holy shit.
For the Bay Area? Yeah.
The Bay Area, that's poverty.
71 to 100,000 per year.
Attempt to find out more information.
Trust me, no one starting gets 100,000 at IGN.
No, so you're starting at the 70 to 75 range, which is terrible.
If you are full, how many full-time editors?
Oh yeah, that's the other thing is, like, they might be part-time or they might be, like, even less than that because you have to.
That's like full-time.
So like an associate.
Knowing Dustin Legary, I can tell you that, like, some of the people that he brought over with him when he, like, came to IGN and eventually brought over some of the people that he worked with at the Daily DL. I think it was something like 40,000 for those people. Which is not good.
So how many Garak did you defeat?
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you other than, well, welcome to the state of journalism. I think this is, or
it's not just video
journalism.
game.
But yeah, I guess
it's just writing things on the internet.
Did you see Danny O'Dwyer's latest video where he's like, they're changing stuff about NoClip?
Yeah.
I like the idea of what he's doing. I don't know if it'll work out. My thing is that, okay, so you're going to make it about developers that have less reach than the ones that you are doing. I think that unfortunately for Danny, most people watch the bigger developers and then walk.
That's the thing. Like, the big games are what draws in the big crowds when it comes to publishing stuff. So, like, sure,
I wish him the best.
Yeah, no, I'm glad he's doing it. And, like, I don't think you can forget about the big games, though.
Yeah,
like,
if there's something that I've learned from, like, the current YouTube format, which is video essayists, which are reading from Wikipedia and just random shit, like, picking things that people don't know about, there is a chance for that. I think that unfortunately in the world of gaming, we're a bit more knowledgeable of, like, topics. So unless, like, he's going to, like, really break the seal, it's like, did you developer you've never heard of that blah 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 blah, like, if he starts doing that, maybe he has a chance, but that's not Danny's style. Like, the video essays that are for obscure topics that then end up getting 100,000 views, they're, like, framed and they have that type of you know, image for the preview, right? And Danny doesn't do that, so I don't know. I wish him the best. I truly do wish him the best.
Yeah.
But also, I think that's the biggest problem. The biggest question I have, Justin, is like, okay, so you're going to do this side project when I feel like Danny's been very public about the fact that his bigger documentaries have taken a lot out of him. So you're going to do all of these smaller side projects on top of your normal big projects when the big projects still continue to be your moneymaker and training you and your company. So, like, how are you going to actually strike the balance to this without, like, either overextending yourself? I mean, at this point, I think that he needs to hire someone to be a co-narrator. gonna
He
make
already
me...
had like at least one of the. I saw one video of his that was at least
Yeah.
another guy hosting it.
But he's gonna need more if he wants to do this mini project.
Yeah.
And I
He
don't...
doesn't seem to have the capital for that.
No one does. We'll see, man. I wish him the best. I really do like the idea. Like, you know, I think everyone here is like, yeah, fuck, man. Talk about like weird, obscure shit that, you know, maybe you and me know about, but not the average, you know, person. I love it. Like, I don't know. And he's a good guy. I know whatever he makes, it will be mostly good. That came off condescending.
Yeah, no.
It will be mostly well produced and well researched.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I find it interesting to watch, even if I already feel like I know of everything that you've presented before me. It's just you've done it in a new way that I find deeply interesting.
When Giant Bomb, you know, I thought Giant Bomb was going to die, I was seriously thinking about like the concept of doing a YouTube and what I would do if I were to do a YouTube.
And you could still do a YouTube.
Yeah, and I might.
I mean, you never know. It might work out for you.
And I think my unironic like like clickbait foot in the door would be to turn that fucking listicle I made as a joke into a series of 10 videos.
Okay.
Just the top 10 most fucked up, weird, and or obscure CRPGs you should probably look at regardless of quality.
Oh, you two came as well.
If you're going to like make a
so
YouTube
much
channel
nicer
based
here.
off of mocking listicles with your own stupid fucking listicles, just be careful not to become
the monster.
Don't become the very thing you mock.
Well, the problem is I would make it 10 separate videos and thus destroy the listicle aspect.
A drink tastes all the sweeter
Because
when I can drink
those
it.
videos would be long.
Indeed it does, Seren.
And
So I just noticed what Rio said in the chat,
Listen,
I want it how I like it.
and I
They
think
won't views
I
via
think
being
I
dramatic.
think Rio's right. I
Are you
think
telling me
Sure.
the author's his intention was to just try and get attention by being dramatic.
None of these.
I absolutely
frilly
believe he
lovemaking
was just being
dainty
dramatic.
Dances.
The author.
Author of
Yeah.
which one? The zombie
Wait.
waypoint thing?
Waypoint thing, yeah.
I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
Like that makes so much sense.
So-
I absolutely think Rio's right on that.
I haven't really looked into the Reset Era thread or the zombie zombie waypoint thread, but article. But like the idea that people are more interested in Clear Obscure because it doesn't have an anime aesthetic, like, do you think that actually holds any water?
No.
No, I think it's
No.
because it's a good game, and people like RPGs that are good.
I think
typically.
I think it's a combination
Also, I
of
feel like we're underestimating how well actually Metaphor did last year. Like
Metaphor
did
sold
fine.
a bajillion fucking copies.
Oh, it's something me and Dagran bought when we first set up our mercenaries.
But no, there I fully believe it is. There is still a contingent of JRPG fans who have Vietnam flashbacks from the 2000s, where everything vaguely anime scented just got pilloried.
But how come he never uses it?
Sure.
Fair enough.
And there was, and I think to be fair, there's also
We were
like an
pretty young when we
inverse of
bought
that,
it. At the time, we didn't realize it's actually just a ceremonial sword.
where there's still people who are like, I don't like this anime. Anime? I don't get it.
And always keeps
What's
it
anime?
What's anime?
You two really are close.
Tell me about your anime.
We're gonna have competition in the anime podcast space soon enough. And then what will we do?
I don't know.
How can I compete with
Why is that
with
guy
the
who wants
return
to
of
find
all
a master
systems
of
Goku?
You can.
What are they? I have not seen that. Like, what are they?
Basically, Dan was on Jeff's podcast, and they said, "Yeah, we want to do an anime thing."
If you see them,
Oh, so it wasn't confirmed which one they're doing. It's just they're speculating.
No, they're saying, "Hey, things are still in flux for both of us, but we would like to do a thing again."
I guess this is kind of like sort of confirmation that the reason why they haven't even talked about doing anything was probably because of stupid bullshit.
Because of, like, fandom. But it was very nice to have Jeff and Dan talk to each other again on camera.
Yeah.
Even if they just started talking about wrestling and I zoned out.
I think the part that got me was when Jeff introduces him. I'm here today
the co-owner
with
of Giant Bomb.
Giant Bomb, and Jeff just couldn't keep it together. He's
Expedition 33's art style is very French pseudo-anime. I mean, that's the other secret. We can always talk about Japonisme. Le Japonisme! Which is my favorite term to shove out there and annoy people with. How do you feel about using 19th century French art terms to discuss the strangely persistent cultural influence of Japan on French art? Because it goes all the way back to the 1800s. Alright, where do I need to go now? Probably back to the castle. I do want to play Expedition 33. My brother has been playing it.
He was right. Otakus are in every era.
Yeah.
Except, before animation, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
We don't talk about the Dark Ages, though.
Yeah, the kids love Ladybug and Black Cat. I don't actually know if that's true, but...
Master Zale,
I just had someone explain this to me. So, Ladybug and Black Cat is basically become the Totally Spies for a new generation.
Okay.
And that's all I'm gonna
They also brought
say.
back Totally Spies.
That's not a good thing.
It's done the same thing as Totally
Is
Spies.
it so it's a bunch of weird thinly veiled fetishes?
I mean, both of the characters are in leather, skin-tight outfits fighting crime. And it's, let's say, introduced that for a new generation the same way Totally Spies did.
Zale, if you show your worth in this battle, I trust you understand.
Count Argonaut. About Callista.
I speak not only of Callista. I will make you a knight. Is that not your dream? We move on the Gorak at once. Are you prepared?
All right, let's go. I think this is a point of no return for a bit.
So, Madular has just posted a 2-hour video on Tech War.
God fucking damn it! See, I can't compete with that.
He beat you again. He beat you again. What are you
I'm just saying, none of the video essayists I watch have made a video about Wizards and Warriors yet, or
I mean, you can still do it.
Or those DOS Ravenloft games.
You gotta sit down and do it. You gotta sit down and just fucking start on it.
Yeah.
Like, soon as you finish this.
Also, Brayden, it seems like the current format that actually the YouTube meta prefers is 8 to 15 minutes, so you don't need to do a magic run.
No, I would probably do a... No, I would do a 20-minute.
Do a two-hour video, put in 15-minute chunks.
Oh, the Dark Side Phil strategy. Yeah.
So you're going to beg for donations when you're under investigation for tax fraud?
What? No.
No, sorry, for owing back taxes.
You know, the thing I'll say about
him
is it really reached a point around, let's say, a decade ago where people should have really stopped paying attention to that man.
I followed it for like a bit, and then I realized that he truly is that toxic, huh? And his audience, I think, are masochists, because he's truly, genuinely conveyed that he holds his audience in complete and total contempt.
But so does his audience. His audience holds him in complete contempt.
So I'm not gonna follow
it's like it's a weird toxic feedback loop.
Are they just making fun of him? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yes. Like someone apparently like rope-a-doped him into a podcast, and then it was very painfully obvious that they were just doing there to dunk on him.
Disgusting humans.
I'm not gonna follow it anymore. I'm not gonna follow it anymore.
Anyway, yeah, we're doing war crimes over here. Hey, wait a second. The Garak have civilians too. Whoops.
What is this? There's nobody here but civilians.
They're so scared they've already given up. This is gonna be fun.
Everyone has civilians.
The Garak.
It's like, I'm not going to follow Dark Side Phil. I'm also not going to follow anything that's about Christian at this point. I've moved on, and I don't want to talk about it.
No,
I don't want to learn anymore about it.
They are in the
Moving
same
on.
boat for me of just like...
Nope. If I don't care what the headline is, I'm just walking away. Done. Not doing it, not touching it. I don't fucking care. It's best if we all just move on.
Leave the entire thing
everyone
alone.
involved alone and just move the fuck on. Unless the actual stuff that's been accused on either side of either narrative is true, then yes, you go through the judicial system, blah blah blah. But I'm not following it anymore. No more. It's not even funny. Both of them.
All right.
Prove it.
Prove it. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Yeah. Don't.
Accidental war crimes?
Yeah, no.
Rio, how many accidental war crimes have you done?
If you watch Pekora, you watch war crimes all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Then Rio has witnessed a lot.
Okay, but here's my question. Now that we know that Jeff Keighley has met with Yagu, what is our chance
of finally seeing a VTuber winning that
award? Of seeing a VTuber give away an award.
Oh, that's
on the game we're gonna have.
VTuber?
Like, they have the hologram. It's in that theater in LA. They probably have the ability to do the hologram stuff.
They're no different from
that will absolutely happen, and I say that because also, Hideo Kojima really likes Pekora.
Yeah. Also, do you think Pekora is in Death Stranding 2?
Oh,
maybe.
Oh, fuck. Oh, man. So Kaison's in that Yakuza game.
Yeah. Pekora did visit Kojima Productions. There's one of those photos of her with Jeff Keighley. Do we see Pekora?
He says they've taken the castle depths.
I think she's like some sort of like computer program character.
Yeah.
At best.
Pekora and yeah.
But she's like a computer program, like AI character.
Right, you lot. You're working for us humans.
I don't think she voices a character that.
No,
like
she's not a main character. I'm saying like she shows up in the same way that Conan showed up in the first game.
How is it underground? Nothing but civilians, sir.
Hey.
Oh, do you think we see VTubers at the Summer Games Fest?
I think we could.
All we wanted to do was live in peace. Some of us were just children.
Oh, he's having flashbacks to when he was a kid.
They destroyed his village.
And they destroyed his village, and it's like, wait, now I'm the bad guy.
Stop dawdling. Get on now. Oi, quit your dilly-dallying.
Zale, come on. We can talk about this as much as you want afterwards. Just keep your mind on getting this done for now. Then we can get out of here.
And it's like, I have become the monster I once hated and feared. Is my pursuit of ambition truly worth the cost?
The spineless cowards must have heard you coming and ran. I'll bet.
Listen.
What do you call this? Here I thought the king of the Garak would be tough. He's nothing but a coward. Now this continent is ours. Captain, perhaps we should take this castle as a reward for our deeds.
Maybe the nobility cannot be trusted.
It'll make a nice winter home when I retire.
Jeez, why does he look so bummed out all the time?
He just has resting sad face.
All they wanted to do was
Please stop it. Don't do the war crimes against my family.
all those people so easily.
Maybe I've become part of the system I once decided not to be a part of. Perhaps my ambitions have not paid off.
It doesn't look like they have.
Yeah. This game's got ideas.
And now
dude. You gotta
WordPress
give it
keeps
that.
sending me emails being like, hey man, you signed up with us. Why don't you just make your website already?
Zale, get a grip. Look,
Did you start
wanna
paying
stop
for it?
this, then you need to...
No.
You can't just block it out.
Well,
You're
then
gonna have to
you don't
climb
have
to the top and check. Get it? No.
But where am I going to host my blogs?
I know.
I'll say this, the domain arbitrarywater.blog costs more than I would like it to.
This castle is now...
I'm with you, man.
This castle is...
I really don't. I have to really don't. I'm still dragging my fucking feet. I really don't want to do this, man. I like.
Called knights. What would General Astar say? You saw? Are these the knights you so aspire to be?
I would say I think that I join the rest of you guys in saying, like, regardless of what happens, the vibes are better, right?
It's not some fairy tale world of knights and princesses like in the stories. There is no
And I would say this: in the few days that they have the giant bomb people have been doing stuff, I think we can all agree that you can visibly see that everyone is happy.
Yeah.
Go and check that door there.
And
There might be more Garak hiding through that way.
I think that means
to you alone. I will join you.
to see.
No, Zale! Don't leave me here with Laughing Boy.
I have important
bummer
news.
that
Square
if
has
this is-
posted new screenshots
Go
of
ahead.
Kingdom Hearts 4.
Well, they're gonna have to do screenshots of Kingdom Hearts 4 because they kind of need some positivity after they canceled that fucking mobile game.
I think I mean that game was what, the Pokemon Go thing?
Yeah.
There, after him.
Which it turns out that now Don't
We
play
don't-
Pokemon
we don't
Go
need that.
with the Snowies.
We don't need that anymore.
You remember Pokemon Go to the Polls?
Yeah. Boy, do I. Oh, it's a child. I mean, I do think Kingdom Hearts 4 is probably their next big game, right?
Probably.
That's not a soldier.
Because
No. Wait.
they've done 7 Rebirth and they've done yeah, they did 7 Rebirth last year.
Human filth! You aren't killing us without a fight.
Lower your weapons. The fighting's over. I won't hurt you.
Yes, you are correct.
You're all so gaunt. Does Zangarek treat you badly?
So I think I've talked to this to you, Jatsu, but I've got my godfather who's from Vancouver. He took his daughter to a Habs game recently.
And he united our people. He said
And
if we go to the
he
human continent,
sure as
then we
shit
can
told me, it's
live
like,
as
I
we
was not
once
ready
did.
for it, but yeah, there were a bunch of Canadians who were booing the American national anthem, and it was weird because it's like,
It's causing all this conflict.
I was not ready for that. I know that everyone told me that it was a thing that was happening, but it's like, we don't do this. I need people to understand, like, we don't do this.
Yeah. We made the Canadians
Like, he told me the
fight
story
back.
of, you know, like, this was the actual, this is how, like, if all of this passes over, this is how actually Canadians would be, is like, I was at a NHL game, and there was a poor girl who was young and nervous, and she started cracking up, and she messed up the American national anthem, and everyone in the stadium, it was in Montreal, finished the national anthem for her. Like, that's kind of who we are, is what he was saying. And it's like, so this is not
Don't mess yourself.
good.
Stuff like that just gets.
Sure isn't.
He was just telling me that, like, it's like, I was... Yeah, shit's weird. Sucks.
Help me, you lot! What are you doing? Please help me, I beg you. Save me!
But also Montreal, right?
Yeah.
Wait. The Habs are the Canadians. Wait, where are the Canadians? Canadians? I don't actually know.
Here goes! Sorry! I'm really sorry!
So what do you think, I mean, we kind of talked about it, is like, what do you think is the big lesson from this game? Simplicity is bliss?
I think this
Like-
game...
I unfortunately think that, like, if there's something that I'm kind of still shocked by, of like, if Sakaguchi wanted to make something
Now
that
you
fit
better
the
not forget
Wii
what
hardware that was still ambitious to a degree, I'm still shocked that this is the story that he went with. Because he's written better stories, he's penned better stories, like, this being the story feels like the real misstep, if anything.
I think this story is told well enough, even if it feels very standard JRPG.
Said that knights are no more than tools of those in power. That they sell their integrity
just
for
feels
status, becoming fools with no will of their
by
own,
the numbers to a
slaves
fault.
to their own
Yeah.
He would say
It really
something like
does.
that.
And I don't...
But I think this game's, like, very pared back, streamlined approach is the kind of game you could not do this again and get away with it. You would, by its very nature, have to add more complexity
I don't know
if you ever made a follow-up.
I think you could get away with it as a Switch game.
Yeah.
City itself.
Which again, we talked about it. It's like it's kind of crazy that this lives and dies on the Wii.
Was the assault itself?
Yeah.
Why did the Gorak soldiers disappear?
They really don't give a shit. And I think part of it is Sakaguchi has like zero interest.
Of such a victory.
He views this as like a weird interstitial step for him.
Well, yeah, and this was also the thing that they, you know, it didn't do well enough for them to not have to scale down to mobile games, right? Because after this, they did Terra Battle.
And that game's actually bad.
And Terra Battle 2 and Fantasian.
Fantasian is cool.
He had a moving island fortress with a mighty cannon.
But Terra Battles is actually just fucking slop.
He had obtained vast quantities of wealth.
Tactics game for mobile. And it's exactly what you fucking think it's going to be.
To still greater heights. A fateful day had arrived.
My boy Zale has become a knight, but at what cost?
Thanks to your valiant efforts, we were able to swiftly and
His
decisively
self-respect.
conquer the Gorak stronghold.
Oh no,
And this
self-respect?
man, Zale,
Not that.
has contributed more than any other.
Yeah, self-respect
As
is
such,
important.
I intend to have Zale officially knighted as a proud defender of Lazarus. And to grant him the hand in marriage of my beloved niece, Callista. Do I hear any objections?
He has become confident, savior of our nation. A man who deserves to become the next emperor. We will remain loyal to you as long as we all shall live.
Is the price of ambition worth it?
Never.
Never. Except also I would sell out if given enough money. If Lockheed Martin wanted to start a gaming website.
Oh boy.
Look, I know that, Brayden, you're not old enough for this, but I think Jatsu, you are. But when you do get into the whole doing a mutual fund or a retirement fund, this is something that comes out, which is, are you willing to invest in a company that you disagree with personally?
And your desire to marry Callista.
And when I went with my fiduciary or mutual fund person, the example is so like the example he threw out is, would you allow me to put in $10,000 of your money into Halliburton?
Getting mixed up in meaningless conflicts. The only difference is that now people will appreciate you for it.
Hypothetically.
If you do well.
And the answer is
to be rewarded.
Yeah, it works for Delita.
If you're making me money, I don't give a shit.
I get it. Just leave me alone.
Like, honestly, like, if you're making me money, I don't give a shit.
And Dagran's like, listen, man, sell your soul for power.
God, that hurts. Who do you think?
If only things could go back to the way they were. Alright, I've been going for 2 hours with this game. I think I only... Checking the walkthrough, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty close to the end. Let me double check that.
Word for Delita? Oh my gosh. I understand that
Yeah.
reference.
All right, I'll see you, man.
All right. We'll call it
Love
for
you.
today.
Yeah, it seems like you're close, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like I'm pretty close to the end. I should probably do it. Yeah. Is anyone else streaming? Or I can, yeah. I'm gonna take it easy because I've been talking a lot. I'm gonna raid Relkin. And, yeah. I'll have a good one.
Alrighty.
Peace.
Have a good night.
Have a good one.